Hello, it is May here in Indiana, and I am potting up some plants that I started from seed. This is a Hibiscus sabdarifa, which is the kind of hibiscus, as you can see, it has sort of a burgundy leaf, and when it matures it has a white mallow family flower look to it. And if you're familiar with the mallow family, Rose of Sharon, hibiscus, marshmallow, hollyhock, it has a flower that is similar to those other plant flowers. It's white, and then it matures into a calyx, which is the seed holding body, and that is the part that's used to make tea, and I am looking very forward to that. In the meantime, I need to grow a healthy plant, and since this plant is a tropical plant, it won't overwinter in Indiana, and I want to try and let it live for multiple years, so I'm turning it into a outside in the summer, inside in the winter plant. And so I'm potting it in this big ceramic pot. I'm going to do a video that tells you how I prepare this pot, what soil I use, and then I plant up these hibiscus. And I am trusting that my hibiscus will do half as well as my brother-in-law's hibiscus. He has grown, taken them in and out, years and years now, and they are mature, healthy plants that are so large they're challenging to move indoors, outdoors every year. So hoping to have as much success with my Hibiscus sabdarifa. I've got a lovely ceramic pot, not glazed on the inside, glazed on the outside, which makes it look beautiful and also help retain moisture. We'll start with just the container. You'll note that there is a drainage hole so that water can escape this pot and it doesn't just become a big wet mess. That's not the kind of plant that Hibiscus sabdarifa is. It doesn't want a wet root like a gotu-kola might or a water-loving plant might. So I have the pot, and I am, in order to help facilitate draining, in the bottom of the pot, I am putting some broken sticks. These fell over the winter. They fell off of the branches in my tree in natural windy weather, and I gathered them all up, and now I'm breaking them and making a stick base in the bottom of this container, which is glazed on the outside and unglazed on the inside, and I will just continue to break and put sticks in here until there's a layer that the soil will rest atop and the water will flow through to get out, and it will also be great drainage for the plant, help to prevent soil from falling through that large 1-inch plus diameter hole in the bottom. And just a couple more here. This is my first year growing Hibiscus sabdarifa, also known as Roselle hibiscus, and I am already really enjoying its look and its uniqueness and its tenacity. So, alright, so then here's the finished, and I have an abundance of this size stone here in my yard, and so I'm going to throw a few of those in too, just to help hold those sticks in place and support the drainage. Right after I put the sticks and stones in the bottom of my pot, and since then I have been shoveling potting soil in here. This is Kellogg brand Garden Organics potting soil. And it is the soil that I like to use, because even though I am not a certified organic growing space, I do follow organic principles, and I don't want to use pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and I don't want soil that uses pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides. So I've selected an organic soil, and it's already wet. It's been raining here the last few days, and this bag of soil was out in the rain, and so it's good and moist, because I would not want to plant into dry soil, because that would dry the plant's roots out. So it's damp but not wet. It sort of clumps, but is still able to flake and crust, as opposed to being wet where it would just fully clump. So it's damp soil. I'm going to fill the container up all the way to the rim. I want as much soil as possible in there to provide nutrients to my plants. I will add powdered kelp and or fish emulsion or Epsom salt, yes, the kind you would buy to soak your feet in if you had a rough day or to take a bath in if your muscles were sore. That same Epsom salt, mix it into the soil, and as it breaks down, it becomes food for the plants. I am temporarily out of all those things from using them to plant my seeds, so I will add fertilizer later in the growing process. And by fertilizer, I mean I'll make compost tea and water it with compost tea. I'll dilute fish emulsion in water and water it with fish emulsion. So I'll use all natural fertilizers to support and feed the plant. Because with that potted plant, the nutrients that are in the pot are all the nutrients the plants are going to have access to. It's not a part of the natural cycle that the ground and the breaking down of plant matter in the ground that plants in the ground have. So I want to make sure that I'm replenishing the nutrients in the soil to feed my plants. So now that the plant material, the soil is at the very top, I don't want it to serve as a barrier to the roots, so take it off